That's right. It is Quizzing Monday with me and some of you guys, and that's not set up very well, is it? Come on, Simon, what are you doing? Oh, what are them doing? Oh, it's all gone to pot already. There we go. Hello and welcome to Monday's Quiz-a-tronic with me, Simon, and you, people of the Tinterwebbies. I hope you've had a lovely week. And I hope if you've got hamsters that they're well, because people don't talk about hamsters enough, do they? They kind of think that hamsters just get on with life on their own, but they don't. They need constant attention, and one of them little wheels that spins around that for some reason they may come out of the most squeakiest plastics known to man. I'm pretty sure there must be a man or a woman. It is 2024 after all. Women can design hamster cages as well. There must be a man or a woman, as we've just, or anyone. There must be a man or a woman or a person. They must be people. We'll leave it at that. They must be people that sit there designing a hamster wheel like this. Oh, it needs to be round, blah, 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 blah. And they design it and they're like, oh, we need to have a little brass bearing here so it spins freely, but it's not noisy. And then they must take this little diagram like this to the boss. This boss, I've got a diagram for a hamster wheel. And the boss must look at it and go, oh, no, that's going to cost far too much. A little brass bearing in there. Get rid of that bit. And what are you using this high grade plastic for the wheel? We'll get rid of that. We'll use that one. There you go, done. And then you end up with this really cheap plastic wheel that just squeaks all the time. That's what I think happens anyway. I mean, maybe I'm completely wrong. And who really cares? At the end of the day, when it's the end of the day, not at the beginning, at the end of the day, who really cares? Who really cares? Apart from the hamster. The hamster cares. Or do they? Maybe the hamster don't care. Maybe the hamster's quite happy with the fact that they've got a wheel to run around in. If you were a hamster, would you like a wheel to run around in? Or would you prefer to have them tubes and them little interconnecting things? We had one of them at our infant school. And we went in one day and the hamster wasn't in it. No idea what happened there. But anyway, hello, welcome, and thank you for joining me. And I shall now buzz through the comments after a short word from our thing. And that indeed was a short word from our thing. So I shall just buzz through the chat. So Barry is here, and Barry is sporting, as you may have noticed, you eagle-eyed viewers, as in you can spot things, not as in like the old. Can you hear me? Is this volume good? Not the old Action Man where he had a little thing up back of his head like that, and it made him do this. I had one of them. Yes, you may know that Barry's got a new logo, and it looks very professionally designed. That Barry, I'd like to meet the guy that designed that for you. Timbo is here. Greetings, Tim. Hope you're doing well. Alex's assets are here, and also Alex, because you tend to find that wherever Alex's assets are, Alex is there as well. But Alex, unfortunately, can only be with us orally or hourly this evening. Not actually not visually. That's the other word. Not visually. unless she's pulled up somewhere waiting, because Alex is unfortunately working tonight. So let's all feel sorry for Alex, because it's horrible having to work. Never mind till blooming 1 o'clock in the morning. Who's breaking down at 1 o'clock in the morning? Oh, apart from the mentally unstable people that are perhaps missing a long past lover, that they wake up in a cold sweat about in the middle of the night, thinking, "Oh, my life was so much better when I don't know, Chantel. Oh, my life was so much better when Chantel was around. Oh," and they're the people having breakdowns at 1 o'clock in the morning. I don't think I've ever known a Chantel. Where did that name come from? Chantel. I must have known a Chantel. Everybody's surely known a Chantel at some point. Anyway, I digress. Simone is here and she says, "Hello," like that. "Hello." And Pingu's here. "Hello, Pingu." And he says, "Merry Beluga Day to all Av geeks." And now you may need to explain that one, Pingu. Becky and Glyn are here in a joint YouTube account, and they go, "Well, hello there. Hope you are all having a good week. We have fingers crossed our ZS MOT ready for Wednesday. Fingers crossed, folks. Yep. I have no doubt at all that it'll be fine, because you guys work tirelessly hard on things like that. So yes, and once it's done, we'll have to organise the shootout. That's not what I'm on about. No, we don't need to organise a shootout. What is this channel turning into? Oh dear, mental breakdowns, shootouts. Oh dear, it must be Monday night. Crikey. A photo shoot at a meetup or something, and a drive out. I got drive out in photo shoot. A shootout. We'll meet up for a shootout. Choop choop choo. Yes. Simone says she renewed her insurance for the 75 today. Very good, very good. So that means that all being fantastically well, Simone will be at Rustival 2 in Connie. Her Celestial, no, Wedgwood Blue Rover 75 Connoisseur SE. Can't remember if it's a Connie or a Connie SE. I can't remember whether Connie's got memory seats. Anyway, whichever, lovely car. And I have also made up some stickers for Simone. At the moment, there's 9 of them, but because I messed up this whole sheet of them. Unless I can still, there's 2 sheets of them. I had the cutter on. Too pressured. Like I don't know whether you can see on. Oh, you can see there. It's gone right through. It's gone right through. I tell you. So yeah, there's probably an extra 7 or 8 there that we can't rescue. But if I do get a chance, Simone, I'll get some more vinyl. Maybe some better stuff than that, and I'll try and cut some more. But anyway, the point I was trying to get to before you guys started distracting me and making me. Oh, I've got some mole grips. Hey! I mean, I've not got any moles. And you'd have to be a pretty small mole to try and grip it with that, wouldn't you? Really? Yes, I've made some stickers for Simone. So if you would like a Hocked on Classics, if you would like a Hocked on Classics sticker, don't buy one because that'll be a fake one. You want a Hooked on Classic sticker, a Hooked on Classic sticker. That's one of them counterfeit ones like Jimmy Hilfiger and stuff like that. So catch Simone at the at Rustival 2, and she'll happily supply 8 or 9 people because she might want to keep one for herself, and who wouldn't? On other unrelated but totally related news, I've got some more Smashing Piston stickers, and I've also done some cool Hot Wheels ones. And I'm thinking of doing one that says, "I smashed my pistons at Rustival 2," let me know if that's the kind of thing you would like, and I shall cut some, because I got some new stuff. You can probably see it there, but it's kind of darker than the other oil slick stuff. It's still holographic. Look, ooh, holographic, but it's not a silver like the other stuff. It's like dark. It's like dark. Oh, I've dropped my tube.
Luke, I'm your father.
I don't know who Luke is. And I'm not his dad. Billie Jean's not my lover. Or mother. Or brother. But maybe. Where did we get up to? I need to calm down. Dick Dastardly is here and he says,
Well, hello there, and a right jolly big crumpet to all viewers at the stream, alive or dead.
So you wanted me now to speak to corpses. I don't actually mind that. I'll speak to a corpse. We did our insurance for the ZS and we had to declare the bump, even though it was non-fault and it has sent our costs up. Yeah, that is true. That is true. Yeah, the non-fault stuff shouldn't make a difference once it's settled, should it? That's the thing. While it's unsettled. Oh dear. Oh, Judge says, well, hello there. Simone goes, how do you do these intros? I'll show you, Simone. In fact, I'll do a video about it one day or something. It's on a program called Canva. It's a bit like PowerPoint, but there's more stuff on it. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. These different things. It's like it's easier if I just do it and you tell me what you want to do, kind of thing, and then I can see if there's a way of doing it. But yeah, I pay a small subscription for every month. This is getting technical, isn't it? But it allows me to do stuff super fast. Like I can load a picture and then get rid of the background and then save it as a PNG file, which means it's transparent at the background, and then I can stick it on videos, and it's kind of cool. Hi there, Mr. Simon, and hello back to you, Simon, or Simey, Timsy's dad. Well, imagine inhaling a whole bottle of helium. Hello there.
Well, hello there.
I seriously can't do it. I used to. Now, you might know this about me, or you might not know this about me, but I am, or was, or possibly still am. I'm not entirely certain what's going on. A singer in a band, but we haven't practiced for ages, and I'm really out of practice singing. And I used to be able to hit pretty good notes quite consistently, but ever since we stopped practicing, I can't do the well, hello there really high. My vocal cords need more practice, just for the sake of Norman and Ernestine type stuff. But we've had a well hello there, haven't we? So we should really play the well hello there. We've got the wrong word.
Well, hello there.
Oh, you've caught me mid-drink. Oh, dear. So tonight has a bit of a theme. And I've just seen Mr. Tim. I'll call you Mr. Tim. I've just seen Mr. Tim say he's ready for the quiz. Now, I don't know whether Tim is going to be very... I don't know Tim's musical background. I don't know what kids listen to or teenagers listen to these days. When I were a teenager, I was proper down with all the metal. Tonight is heavy metal themed, basically. So I've tried to pick the adverts that have got the heaviest soundtracks. And the quizzes are going to be heavy metal / rock / prog rock / music-y related. So there we go. And there's a few extra things. So there will be some sort of epic film premiere that I am just waiting to see a comment from a certain person before I play a certain film premiere. So hopefully that person joins us, and then we can extradite the film straight into your optical transducers. Transducers? You can't go around juicing just trans people. You've got to juice everyone. People juicers. Straight into your people juicers. Hang on. Hello? Yeah. No, I literally have no idea what I'm doing. Yeah, I mean, if you do want to send all Edmonds round, I don't mind. I honestly don't mind tonight. Yeah. He wants how much? £5.50. £5.50 in a jar of engine jam. No, I'm not paying him £5.50. I'll do it myself. Bye. Oh. Sorry, taking that totally genuine phone call there. You won't believe it. The amount of times that Noel Edmonds tries to get on this live stream, it's ridiculous. Noel blooming Edmonds, as though he's not got enough to do keeping Crinkly Bottom clean. Where did we get up to? Hello, says Alex. I have you playing through my stereo. Off to next breakdown now. Enjoy your breaking downnesses. Swansea 132. So the 132nd person from Swansea that has created a YouTube account. Very, very specific. Hamster Wheels design specs include being able to play Psycho theme whilst in use, or Psycho theme whilst in use. That for anybody really unable to decipher that, that's the which is a completely different sort of or this. If you hear that noise, that's not Psycho, unless it's a clown. Or it could be a clown doing something else. There you go. That last bit, definitely. How are the elephants? Asked Barry. And again, I'm just going to say, Barry's got a nice little logo there. That guy from SETI Alpha 5. It's a nice little logo, though I've just realised when it shows up as an icon there, the YouTube bit covers it up. But that'll only be on this stream. That'll not normally be there. And yeah, how annoying that it brings it up in a square on there, but it's everything else. It's in a circle. Right, where do we get up to? What we're going to do? Oh, the elephants. Let's see how the elephants are. Although they're not really heavy metal themed, are they? Elephants, when you're asleep, they're probably not asleep. Orun's singing the Whizbit song. I wish I could play it without getting copyright strikes, but obviously, you want to be careful. People don't make millions out of the Whizbit song without them having a share of it, don't they? Greg Anderson is here. Good evening, all. I watched Napoleon Dynamite this week. It's a very acquired taste, so I'm going to say that, Greg, before you tell us what you thought of it later on. But I like it. It's a bit like Juno and Little Miss Sunshine. But Napoleon Dynamite is quite good. I do like a bit of Napoleon Dynamite. Tina, come get your steak. Dang. Whizbit songs in everyone's head. Oh, no. I had forgotten all about Whizbit, says Simey, Timsy's dad. In fact, I should call Tim Timsy, shouldn't I? Until I happened upon this channel. That phrase there, Simon, until I happened upon this channel, makes me feel like my channel's kind of like. So here was Simon skipping along in his merry way through the whimsical forest of make-believe in the land of Crimpleshire, where he was off to find some moon bread for his fairy folks back home. So he was skipping through the woods, and all of a sudden he happened upon the Smashing Pistons YouTube channel, just sat in a tree. I can imagine there's a big tree like this, big tree, little tree, cardboard box, a big tree, and inside it was a TV screen, but not a normal angle, like just a jaunty angle, and stuck out a little bit. And on that TV box in that tree is my channel being played. That's how I imagine. Just from that short little statement there. There you go. I might as well get some advertising revenue off for Aston Martin. Just from that short statement there, that is where my brain takes me. So thank you, Simon. And look who it is. It is internet's latest sensation, Dave, the crap car hunter. And he asks us, how's it diddling? And I ask you, Mr. Dave, what is it you say at the end of your videos? I can't figure it out. I'm sure I've asked you before and I can't remember. But because Dave is here, because shut up, Jack. It's not your channel. Start your own channel if you want to do stuff like that. I thought so. So because Dave's here, we can now play our premiere of this evening. I've entitled it Dave Metal. But let me just get rid of that comment of Dave's out of the way so you can see it properly. So sit back, pour yourself. If I'm going to do, am I building this up enough? I'm going to pour myself a glass of wine into the only appropriate vestibule. Vestibule? Is that the right word? It doesn't sound right. Vestibule doesn't sound right either. It's definitely got vest at the beginning of it. Vestule. Oh, somebody's going to have to tell me that word, but it's going to do my nutting. It's going to do my little nutting. Vestibule. Vestibule doesn't sound quite right. It sounds too churchy. Yes, into the only correct cup for people that are about to embark on a heavy metal journey should be using. So, yes, sit back, relax, plug your ears into this. You are more than welcome. And you've got Alex to thank for that. Alex is the creator of the bass video there. I just had daftness on top of daftness. If you think about it, if I try and regulate this, I'd say that's 99% Alex daftness, and I just add my 1% on top. because then it don't feel like I'm just pinching Alex's stuff. But again, another triumph from Alex. Alex just keeps pumping out these classics. I need to up my advert game. I need to come out with another set of adverts and film noirs and things. I need to come on, Simon. You can do it. You can do it. Come on. God, it takes me so much energy just to blooming talk today, honestly. So there you go, Dave. I hope that was well worth your wait. Barry says she's known as Chantel. She was an entitled skank. Dick's never known a Chantel either. I'm sure I must have. The name rings too much of a bell, but I can't think what they look like or anything. Chantel. It's definitely a name for a younger person than me. And anyway, Gaz on a trike is hiding in a corner for a bit, but I'm here. Good. Why are you hiding in the corner though, Gaz? Is there somebody we need to call for you? Rob says, hello, Arun, Dick, Becky, Glynn, Dave, Crap, and random particles too small to mention. But you say that, don't you, Rob? You say random particles are too small to mention, and then you go and mention them anyway. Maybe that's what McCucknell originally wrote for that Money's Too Tight to Mention song. Maybe it was supposed to be particles too small to mention. Save the elephant, says Pingu. Everyone should save them for Christmas. Can you imagine if you ate elephant instead of turkey? Be a lot easier, wouldn't it? Although you need a massive oven. You'd have to... Somebody would have to volunteer to turn their garage into an elephant-sized oven. And then how long would it take to cook an elephant? I mean, at least there'd be 4 legs to go around rather than just 2. There's advantages and disadvantages with saving your elephants till Christmas, I think. I have never known a Chantal, says Greg, but Lucy knew a few from school, says more about her than me. Well, this is true. This is true. I helped with the stickers, innit? Judge did help with the stickers. If you don't know, when you cut vinyl, back to picking up random bits of vinyl. I don't know whether you can see. You can see just on there that what this is vinyl, but with letters cut out. But the needle thing shouldn't go all the way through. It should just go through the plastic bit and not the paper bit behind it. So when you do that, you basically cut them in squares, and then you have to remove the vinyl you don't want to be there, just leaving the letters stuck to the paper. And the act of removing the unneeded vinyl is called weeding. So Julie was weeding for me this weekend. While I programmed and cut the stickers out and messed up some. So yes, Julie learned how to weed, and then I was putting the transfer paper on. Which, if you don't know, I should do a video about it. If anybody wants to watch a random video. Oh, why have you gone off? Oh, the ducks ran out of power. Yes, then you've put transfer paper on, which is fun. I thought it was one of those freaky phone calls saying dodgy stuff. No, it's me that normally makes those to non-Leadmans, to be honest. Oh yeah, new car, so you need new stickers. If you're at Rusterville, I've got your back. But we'll be organising a meetup, which will be... Oh no, what date did I say? Hang on. Excuse me. The 26th of October. So it's a Saturday, the 26th of October. That will be the next Smashing Pistons meetup, which I think will be number 5. And My aim, and I'll firm out the details later, and then for anybody that's not on Facebook, because I'll create an event on Facebook, I'll create a post on YouTube as well with the details on. Yeah, I think I can do that. My aim. So remember, not necessarily the final thing just yet, but my aim is a 10 a.m. meetup at the Classic Motor Hub. So that's about 3 hours from me, and then from there, I intend for us to get to Atwell Wilson Motor Museum from between 1 and 2 ish, maybe a bit before ish. And then from there, we'll spend some time looking around there, and then in the evening or afternoon, we'll head over to something called Molly's Hotel and Diner for some food and stuff. I might end up, because it's a bit of a trek, I don't want to be setting off at 7 at night and then driving all day and then driving back. I might end up just booking a room somewhere. But that's my plan. So 26th of October. But I should write that down on here. Hang on. (26th of October, 10 a.m. Classic Motor Hub. There you go. First day at work today. Oh yeah, because the run started a new job. How did it go, fella? What was the crack? What are the people like? What are your duties? And yes, fill us with information. We are your empty vessel. That's the word I was trying to think of. Vessel. What's a vestibule? That sounds like a church thing. Vessel. We are your empty vessels. Run. Fill us with your new day, new work. First day at new job knowledge. Oh my God, I'm struggling. Right. Oh, Greg's. May this donation be welcomed with a spanking new video. Well, I think it was. I'm thinking you put that there. Yeah, before I joined. So thank you very much, Greg. And there you are. You are welcome to a new heavy metal video. Joey's here and he says hello all, and then he puts a little hand shaking like that. Oh, I'm very cold. Or maybe he's wiping a window. Maybe he's wiping condensation off a window like that because he's been up to something warm. Oh dear. Eat crumpets and crumble instead. I think that might be instead of the Orlophants. But yes, I will do that. In fact, it says starred 3 things there. Oh, look, there we go. Becky and Glyn have also sent some Penskes. They sent a £4.99 super sticker. Thank you very much, guys. That's very much appreciated. And I will compensate you with new stickers. At the moment, I've got white. I think I've got a silver oil slick one left. And then those ones, that other colour stuff, I've got gonna do some in that one, I think. So yeah, I'll bring them all there. Cosworth JC is a new member. I thought it was already a member, but it says he's a new member. So thank you, Joe, for being member. Right, before we get any further, I'm going to go on and we'll do a Quiz-a-tron because we've been talking for 34 minutes. So the first quiz, I mean, again, it's a heavy metal themed evening that we're having. So the first quiz will be next level 80s heavy metal trivia. I'll give you a clue. I've not looked through this. There might be awful questions and we've got no idea, but we shall have a go, see what happens. The second one's just going to be album covers. It's not necessarily heavy metal related. Click. Right, let's get... Excuse me. Let's get sharing this screen. Here we go. This wine that I'm drinking, it is South African Western Cape. A zesty Sauvignon Blanc with aromas of green apple and melon. Lemon and grapefruit carry through to the palate with a crisp and refreshing finish. Oh, it's been a long time since I had a crisp and refreshing finish. Oh, well past my peak. So we'll give it a few minutes for everybody to get logged in. Pingu, I feel a disturbance in the force. Has Tony let rip again? No, he's still here. I don't know whether you can see him. He's here. He's sat in his little Mazda ashtray. The elephants are looking well, says Swansea 132. They are indeed. I very much enjoyed the Crap Car Hunters review of Gen Z and Hope. They are fantastic videos, and Mr. Crap Car Hunter is very good at reviewing said videos. I like reviewing stuff as well. It makes a nice change to walking around shows. I feel like I've been remiss of late with some things. Car reviews for a start. I was supposed to be Gunnar Markson driving his MX-5 and his Polo. There's all sorts of things. I was supposed to be going to Hebden Bridge and driving Johnny Scoobs' Rover 75 that I think is sold now. There were all sorts of things. The smashing tree of pistons. Exactly, Timmy. Exactly. Just had to pull over and say, oh my God, elephant through the radio. Oh dear. Ross is here. He says, good day, Simon and chat. Good day, Ross. Hope you are doing fantastically well. And that being upside down on the earth is not too troublesome. Ariba. What are you talking about, oh Judge? We can't get Tizer here. That's a shame. That is a shame. Or is it not a shame? Oh, and Alex did manage to pull over to listen and watch for the advert. Right then, so we've got 16 people logged in. So let's get going with this quiz that I'm sure everybody will do really well of. Let's have a look at some of them names then, shall we? So we've got Potato Face, Bounty Hunter, Small Particles, Flapping Flaps, Awesome Dove 51, Face Hugger Time, Metal Elephant, Metal, Dobby Wins, Little Tip, Mr. Blobby, Joe, Napoleon Diners, Khan, Crinkly Bottom, and Thunder Flaps. Does anybody remember? Oh, Liam Lynch is the Bon Jovi Balls. Liam Lynch is the guy that directed the Tenacious D film Pick of Destiny, and he also directed a couple of their videos, Tribute and what was it called? Wonder Boy. But Liam Lynch did his own album. You probably know one song off it, The United States of Whatever. But he did a song on that album with Jack Black. You need to listen to that. You need to find it and listen to it. It's fantastic. Anyway, let's get started. Again, I've not looked through this quiz, so I'm just hoping it's interesting. In fact, I said before I should have done it myself, shouldn't I? Rock band Vixen had commercial success in the 80s and 90s as part of which metal genre? Folk metal, glam metal, alternative metal. It's got to be glam, hasn't it? Glam metal. Because, like, Guns N' Roses are glam metal. Moving on to question 2. He was the frontman of 80s glam metal band Rat. Oh, don't remember these. I'm going to say Stephen Percy. I don't think it is, though. Oh, I get knowledge coming out of my ears. Rat. I wonder if that was named after the guitar distortion pedal. There's a distortion pedal called Rat. It's quite a sought after. Well, to get an original Rat, anyway. Oh, all change.
Moving on to question 3.
3. This band put out a self-titled album, and the album's Once Bitten and Twice Shy. Oh dear. I'm sure it's Wasp. Oh, Great White. No, didn't know that. I have to add that to my list to listen to tomorrow. Moving on to question 4. 80s metal, eh? This glam metal band scored hits with Home Sweet Home, Wild Side, and Shout at the Devil. Oh, look at them people. That's got to be Motley Crue, surely. Got to be. How serious everybody is. How can you be dressed like that and be so serious? Oh, dear. I noticed that this guy, I mean, I don't know people. He's put what, the flip on his arm there. When I was in the goth band that I was in, I used to, as I said, I'm sure I've said before, everybody else were all dressed in black, and our lead singer had got a black hat with a ribbon tied around it, and he wore a black jacket and black trousers and black boots and a black t-shirt. It was like black. An eyeliner. And our other guitarists were like the glam side of goth, so he'd got eyeliner on and he was bald, and he'd got glitter on his head, and he wore sparkly bits and stuff. And our drummer was all sort of long head that was obviously black, and he had like a big hat on and he had like a long tailcoat on and stuff. And then there were me that were just stood there in a skinny t-shirt and combat trousers. So to try and fit in with all their gothness, I used to write white trash on my forearms, just to try and join in with the recklessness. And I don't know whether people were ever convinced, but they liked our music anyway. They probably used to say to the rest of them, "You sound really good, but why is he not a goth like the rest of you?" I tried. I had black nail varnish on and eyeliner as well. Yeah, but that didn't compensate for the combat trousers and pink and black Converse boots. Moving on to question 5. Stop talking about your musical career, Simon. Nobody wants to know. This popular 80s German metal band performed Balls to the Wall. Now, I didn't know Scorpions were German, but I think it's them. Again, looking so serious. Oh, it's Accept. This is hard. I don't know any of these. Bon Jovi Balls obviously did. Question 6. The metal icon made famous. Oh, which metal? The Malioc gesture, often thought of as the devil's horns. Was it Ozzy Osbourne, Ronnie James Dio, or Gene Simmons? I'm going to go with Dio. just because I don't want it to be Ozzy, and even less so Gene Simmons. Please be Dio. Please be Dio. Please be Dio. I'm not looking until I can hear it's finished. It's finished, hasn't it? Yes, Dio. I'm happy again now. Moving on to question 7. This Cinderella frontman is known for his distinctive metal voice and shredding guitar. I don't know. I don't know enough about 80s metal. Tom Kiefer. I should make it my goal. Although I'm quite happy knowing more about 90s grunge and art rock. Bon Jovi Balls is moving up the table, and rightly so with a name like that. Moving on to question 8. When we get halfway through, I'll go for a bit of a run through. Lemmy Kilmister was the bass player and frontman of which iconic metal band? And if you don't get this right, there is no hope for you. You will not get a channel sticker. And that includes you, Timmy. You better get this right. 2 people are in my bad books. Tell me in the comments who got that wrong. I wish I could see. I think I can see at the end who got stuff wrong, I think. But I'm not going to go into that tonight. So, question 9. This Deep Purple and Whitesnake frontman also did an album with Led Zeppelin's Jimmy Page. Oh, God. That's the one I was going to go for. But you all answered before me. Ooh. Moving on to question 10. It's very close-ish. It's not as close as I thought it was. He was voted by Rolling Stone the number 8th all-time guitar great. Oh, come on. Another one if you don't get that. Eddie Van Halen. I'll give you a clue. If you ever see that guitar, it's Eddie Van Halen. Even if you don't recognize Eddie himself, even if he looks like generic metal guitarist, this guitar makes it obvious. I think, was it called the Frankenstein? Anyway, he built it up himself. I assume that paint job is all he's done is stick loads of tape around it, spray it red, and then take the tape off. Often copied, never bettered. It's another one of the things with guitarists. You see people spending thousands on guitars, and they still sound crap because a guitar sounds good if you play it well. It can be the cheapest thing ever, like that one there. I don't know whether you can see it. Hang on. That one there. This one here sounds amazing if you treat it in the right way. I'm not a great player, but I'm all right. That's a 90 quid child's learning guitar, but the pickups on it are really good. Oh, I'm going to turn into guitar geek. So I'll stop there. But basically, just because the guitar is expensive doesn't mean you're going to be able to play it better. So we'll have a little run through the comments there at half time. As we can see, Bounty Hunter's winning, Bon Jovi Balls is second, and Crinkly Bottom is third. So where did we get up to? Oh, Ernest Pickle is here. He says, "Hello, everybody," and not in that voice because again I can't do Ernest's voice. We need a Lotus Rover advert for BRMs are just too common. They are indeed, aren't they, Pingu? We should try and do that. I should try and do that. Is it the, in italics, the Ernest Pickle? I believe we met recently. Yes. Simon did meet Ernest Pickle and Norman Butler at the Great British Car Journey, no less. Where he exposed him, not himself, he didn't expose himself. He exposed himself as a fan of Norman and Ernest, or the Crankcases. And Simon had brought himself a little Crankcases car detailing kit that was ever so slightly away from perfect, but we could gloss over that. I tried saving elephants, but trading them all in for a rhino. I don't blame you. How much is a sheet of vinyl? This is a good question, Simone. In fact, let me have a look. How much I got that roll for? Bear with me 2 seconds. Watch this while I have a look. Soup! Soup! Soup!
I wanna taste the pain. I think I'm seeing all red. 2 bullets in the gun, 1 shot to the head. I need a blank space. 'Cause everything is a threat. But I never back down, man. I'd rather be dead. I'm making love to fame. And she look better in bed.
Well, a fudging soup! Yes, there was £7 for that roll of vinyl. So it works out. If I'd have done it, if I hadn't have bodged them up, it'd have been like 50p a sticker-ish. Yeah, it's that's cheapish vinyl. If I get proper stuff, it costs a bit more, but it's easier to use, if that makes sense. It's a bit of a learning curve still, but yeah, about £7 for. Well, it's 30 centimeters by a meter and a half, something like that. My commentary have all disappeared. And Dave says he bloody loved that video, Alex. Made him laugh out loud, so the cat ran off. And Jim's Bomb's Garage is here. James, hello. And he goes, well, hello there. Hello there, folks. Like that. Barry says, could anyone send me a Smashing Piston sticker and a Hooked on Classics one as well? Yeah, I can sort that out for you. Email me your address and I'll get them posted out to you. Thank you, Alex's Assets and Smashing Pistons. You made my day. You are more than welcome, Dave. I thought it was hugely hilarious. And Alex sent me a voice message just before she sent me the video over, and she obviously thought it was very funny as well because she couldn't stop laughing. Sounds good for a meetup, nice area of the country. Yeah, I thought this one's going to be south. The one I do afterwards, Smashing Pistons Meetup 6, is going to be further north. Because we've done middle-ish, lower-ish. This one will be a bit lower-ish, and then we're doing higher-ish next time. I might join on the 26th, says our judge. Enough with hiding my big fat potato face. Good. I had a fun day driving. Start again. I had a fun day today getting to drive my old TF around Blyton. Oh, I think I saw. Did I see some pictures on Facebook? I think I saw some pictures on Facebook. And Mark is here and he says, good evening all. Good evening, Mark. Hope you're doing well. I look forward to the next bonkers video you make. It was beautiful, says our judge. Been a member for 3 months, but forgot to change to my new card, so sorted now I'm back to being a member. Good. I still need to edit my car review. I'm not happy with it, though. Don't pressure yourself for stuff, Simone. Honestly. I'm trying to think what I was going to say at the end of that. If you're not happy with it, just do it again. You could review Connie. You don't have to be other people's cars. Connie's pretty unique. Yeah, oh Judge, if you could co-host with Hat Boy, it will be treble the channel's views and subs. Only a 5-digit number for the quiz instead of the usual 6. probably due to the particles too small to mention. And Barry says, Farage looks like he's done a wet one there. Alternative metal, would that be fiberglass metal? Never heard of Rat. Me neither, Simone. Me neither. Oh, we don't want them sorts of excuses coming out, Joe. We don't want these sort of excuses. Maybe back in the 60s and possibly the 70s, people wouldn't be able to listen to older music because they would have been on sort of like old formats that you wouldn't be able to get anymore. So like 78 records, because the new speeds were 33 and 45, so you wouldn't have been able to buy a 78, or if you'd bought a newfangled cassette player, you perhaps wouldn't be able to get everything that was on vinyl on cassette. But nowadays, with all these streamings, there's loads of stuff on there. I was saying to a judge the other day, it's weird to be in such a time that even just streaming services, you can watch films that were actually films on film back in the day, but you can just sit and watch them on your settee in your house through your digital TV, and it's kind of a recent thing to be able to access media from decades ago, sometimes centuries. When was Metropolis made? I'm sure Metropolis were in 1920s. Let me just have a look. I need to know. 1927, so nearly 100 years ago. I reckon you're still going to be able to watch that in 3 years' time. So in 3 years' time, you will be able to watch what's arguably the world's first sci-fi movie that would have been made 100 years ago, just in your living room or on your phone even, or any crazy thing like that. And that to me is quite a weird experience and quite a weird thing to think of, that we're at a point where we can span that much time with media. Yeah, and I can't see it changing going forward, to be honest, because we'll be at a technological level now where everything just gets reformatted into whatever the latest format is that people use. So there you go. So yes, Joe, no excuse. Doesn't matter what age you are living in a time where you can access media from decades ago. So there you go. Ernest Pickle says, Norman and me want to ask you all a question. Norman can't be here as he's busy with Sharon and a bottle of Mazzola, but we want to know who's coming to Rusterville. Yes, who's going to Rusterville? We want to get numbers. We want to see if we get a meet-up point at some place. And we need to try and sort out who's in Vanden Plas and who's in Mayfair as well, and then kind of organise a convoy to be together then, so we can kind of get parked together when we get there. Otherwise, we'll end up all over the place. I don't know about co-hosting, says our judge. That sounds too scary, and I know nothing about cars except they have wheels. Well, that's one thing. Ernest, Tim and I should be at Rusterville. Ernest, Tim and I should be at Rusterville. Best regards to Norman. Excellent, Simon. I'm sure Simon from Slapping Petals can elaborate more when he gets to read this. Yeah, Ernest will be there. I'll be there. Ernest will be there. Norman will be there. Rob will be there. But Norman and Ernest will be hosting Brushtiville, which is their own little brush fanciers event, we'll call it. So there'll be a table. Norman and Ernest will bring a selection of their brushes for people to peruse and examine. And it'd be nice if people that were attending Rusterville could bring a brush to the Norman and Ernest Brushtiville, the brush fancying event, where we will place them on a table, and Norman and Ernest will critique the brushes. We may even hand out a prize for the winning brush. So yes, if you're coming into Rustyville, bring a brush. Maybe that's another advert I need to do, actually. Timmy says, I don't listen to metal. Poor Timmy. But you're not bringing him up right, Simon. Finally got one correct. Well done, Joe. This quiz is not for me, says Timmy. Got confused. Thought Goff was like coughing up a greenie. Hey. Surprisingly, bad news have so far not featured in the quiz. They haven't. We may have to do a bad news quiz. Although I think I've definitely seen more bad news. But I don't think I've seen bad news the first one. Because I think more bad news is the one with the with the van that's got all the fur-lined interior and a big sticker over the side that's covering up like Derek's mobile decorating service or something. And what else is in more bad news? There's some really bizarre things in it. It's good. I like metal, but these are odd. They are odd. It's 80s metal. Barry says Motorhead are the greatest band ever in my book. They are very, very good. I saw Motorhead. I went to Hyde Park. It was a Foo Fighters headliner, and there was Juliet Lewis and the Licks. There was Queens of the Stone Age. There was Motorhead, and there was Angels with Airwaves. And they were all really good bands. To be honest, I didn't expect much from Juliet Lewis and the Licks, and they were really good. And obviously, Queens of the Stone Age had Dave Grohl play on drums for some stuff. You know, I'm going to lose, and gambling's for fools. I once quoted Ace of Spades in a letter to the local council. We need to know more about that story. Greg Anderson says we're currently 13th in the quiz. Did get Motorhead and Eddie Van Halen though. Oh, hang on! I'm sat there reading everything out. We're not even finished quiz halfway, so let's move on with that. Bloody hell, Simon! You're so unprofessional. It's 3 minutes past 9. She was the lead guitarist for the Runaways in the 70s before her solo career in the 80s. Well, everybody knows it. Come on. Lord. Meg White was the drummer from the White Stripes. Oh, she got a lovely bass drum. Their discography includes Beast from the East, Tooth and Nail, and Breaking the Chains. I want to guess Dokken. I just love the aesthetic. The aesthetic of 80s metal. It's so generic, and everybody's such a pretty boy. Question 13. This American Christian metal band was formed in 1983 as Rock's Regime. See that? Oh. Okay. I mean, I was thinking Wasp, but Stripe, I've never heard of him. Was it Effervescence that started off as a Christian rock band? I can't remember. Question 14. The term heavy metal was first used in describing what act? Alice Cooper, Black Sabbath, or AC/DC? This is easy. Easy peasy. Easy peasy. It was so easy that I got it wrong. I thought it was Black Sabbath, because I'm sure I've heard Black Sabbath touted as the first heavy metal band. Apparently Alice Cooper. Well, who would have known it? Certainly none of us, because nobody got it right. There you go. Question 15. This work was 1986 Heavy Metal Album of the Year. Slayer, Rain in Blood, Megadeth, Peace Sells, But Who's Buying, Metallica, Master of Puppets. Oh, it's got to be Master of Puppets, hasn't it? Everybody raves about that. Yeah, there we go. Although, to be honest, I'm a bit of an unpopular opinion person, because I think Metallica's Black Album is the best one. I find Death Magnetic's really good. Oh, what was the other one that did? Saint Anger is really good. If you listen to the Saint Anger album, the snare drum, to my ears at least, sounds bleeding horrible. It's so hollow sounding. But then if you watch the film, and I implore you to, in fact, we might do a watch along for this, Some Kind of Monster, which is the documentary of Metallica when they were recording the album. It sounds a lot better on there. Bob Rock produced that. I'm pretty sure it weren't him that came up with that shitty snare sound, because he's done some good stuff before. Metallica, Slayer, Megadeth, and Anthrax are known as the Big Four of what metal genre? We know what this is. We know what it is. If we channel our telepathies to each other, we can tell which one it is. Come on.
Come on, channel your telepathy. Timothy?
There you go. Well, one person obviously wasn't channeling their telepathy correctly. And it was Thunderflaps. Oh, Thunderflaps was one of them. No, it was Thunderflaps. Thunderflaps got that wrong. Unbelievable. What was unique about Def Leppard drummer Rick Allen? He did indeed lose an arm. I thought it was his right arm. That makes it easier for him. And yes, it was on Rivelin Valley Road, which I've driven down a few times and recorded driving down and riding down. It is literally a road that's got trees outside of it, and I believe he hit a tree. And then he had to spend months learning how to play drums without an arm. He had another pedal instead. But yeah, fair play to him. Fair play to him. He managed to drum with only one arm. I can't drum and I've got two. Moving on to question 18. What European country does the metal band Crocus come from? Oh, they look mean, don't they? Oh, look at him in background. He looks scared. I'm going to say Holland. Switzerland. Do they look like they're from Switzerland? I mean, look again, terrible costumes. Oh, so the next question is a penultimate question. Once we've gone past the penultimate question, I'll do a rundown. Their name came from the song "The Ballad of Frankie Lee and Judas Priest" by what artist? 80s metal bands. Oh, it's got to be Bob Dylan, surely. I can't see Jimi Hendrix and John Lennon having tracks like that. Yeah. So, before the final question, Bon Jovi Balls is leading, but Khan is coming up close second. Also, Facehugger Time, which is a cool name, so kudos to that, can also win. So these top 3 can change. Crinkly Bottom can't win, and anybody under that can't win. But these top 3 can change, and these people can make second. So, without further ado, let's move on to the last question. In fact, Raimi was supposed to be playing the quiz tonight, so I wonder if Raimi's one of these. Although Raimi's a young gun, and also he might not know anything about 80s metal. This American heavy metal band was founded in 1973 under the name Mach 1. Is it Skid Row, LA Guns, or Quiet Riot? Now then. I honestly don't know. I'd guess Skid Row. Quiet Riot. There you go. No idea. Don't know who they are. So let's see what that's done to the score, shall we? Right then, I'm going to read it out like this. In third place, we've got It's Facehugger Time in third. Well done. In second place, it's Can. And that means right in first place. That's place number uno. Bon Jovi Balls. There you go, guys. Well done. That was a bit more taxing for my brain than I expected it to be, but it was all right. It was all right. That I think if I did it again, I'd probably still not get many of them right. So there you go. Let's have a look what's been happening in the comments. It's about time for another soup review, I'd suggest. I do have some soup. Aussie Steve will be at Rusterville. Fantastic. So we need to arrange a convoy.
Convoy.
That was on TV the other day. That is one of the films that I'm always gutted because it's always on. Like, is it ITV? It's either ITV 2 or 3. Could be 4. One of the lower ITV channels. And it's one of them films they reel out every so often. And the other day, I'd noticed it run and there were only 10 minutes left. And I was gutted that I'd not noticed it run earlier. Send Steve my regards, says Ross. Oh, and Simone has put £7 for sticky sheets. You don't have to, Simone, honestly. Right, with that £7, I'm going to buy more sticky sheets to neutralise your donation, and you get more stickers out of it. So thank you, and you have bought yourself more stickers. We're in Mayfair, haha. I'm in Vanden Plas this time with all the important people. Oh, have we got a video? Yes, we've got a video. Young Ones was so funny when it was new. Now just a bit embarrassed. Yeah, that's true. That is true. I will bring a brush. Good. We like to see that. Will Norman and Ernest be judging the brushes? How do we enter our exhibits in categories? It'll all be sorted out on the day, Simon. Don't worry. And yes, they will be judging them, and there will even be a prize for the winning brush. Bring a table for the brushes decked out with Brusterville signs. Already on it. We're already on it. I saw Motorhead live at Rock City in Nottingham. Was deaf for 2 days afterwards. Well worth it. Oh. I played at Rock City once. It was a laugh. I'm a bit of a novice with brushes. Even the most novice person can find a good brush. After the Black Album, we're talking about Metallica here. After the Black Album, they disappeared up their own arse. I disagree. I think after the Black Album, people started critiquing them. And then once you get into that, it's like Green Day. Like, after Dookie, I didn't like anything that they did. Because it was like, it's not Dookie. But then when I listen to it now, I'm like, oh, it's all right, this. And Justice for All. Oh, yes, that one. I forgot about that. Rick Allen crashed his C4 Corvette near Sheffield. Still busy being a punk to notice metal. Punk, yeah. That's another weird thing, isn't it? Punk. Because there's American punk and then there's a proper English punk. And to me, the American punk just seemed to be very much like bands from the 50s, but with just heavier guitars. That's what I get from transatlantic punk. Although Buzzcocks were my favourite punk act. Flipped in, and his arm went out the roof because the T-tops came off. That makes sense. Trees and rock stars don't go well unless you Sting, in which case you proactively plant lots of trees. Didn't he crash on Snakes Pass during racing an Alfa Romeo on New Year's Eve? I thought it were Revlin Valley. Could be Snakes Pass. I mean, Snakes Pass is more twisty. Hi, Simon. Raimi here. Okay. This is my account. Came 9th in that music metal quiz. So many 50-50, which I got wrong. Yeah. Well, greetings, Raimi. I don't understand your ID, but that's fine. Yeah, I'm glad you joined. That's good. The next one was by album art, cover art, so that might be easier. Jeebus, I was winning till the last couple of questions just by guessing. Will Tony be attending Rusterville? I don't know. We could ask him. Tony, will you be attending Rusterville? No idea. Oh, yeah. Where's Matt? Poor Matt. Where is he? Pingu, well done. But I picked you at the post. Oh, poor Alex. I just drove miles to someone in a lay-by because their service light had come on the dash. And they missed the ferry. Bloody hell. Brush or broom? That's a tricky one. I think it'll have to be brush if it's a broom. In fact, no, we'll be all inclusive. If it's a broom, we'll judge it. Well, Norman and Ernest will anyway. Triggers trophy for the winner. App and Buzzcocks weren't really punk. They were punk enough for me. It was Rivlin heading towards the city. I thought it was. Not that I dislike Buzzcocks, I might add. I can't see Tony. I hope Matt is okay as well. Tony's here. He's just about in camera shot, isn't he? There you go. So, let's move on to the second quiz of the evening, which is when it lets me sign back in. Album covers. Although saying album covers is a bit cheeky because there's some things that aren't just what album is this on there. Present screen. Again, thank you guys for so many people joining this, because it justifies me paying money for the Kahoot upgrades, which is really nice. Right then, I'm going to start it in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Activate. Album covers. What band does this album cover belong to? Oh, I've only ever heard of one of them. So I'm going to say Imagine Dragons, because that's the only one I've heard of. And it was 21 Pilots. Also, I have to point out, that is a freaking crap album cover. Ooh, that to me feels like the kind of album cover where somebody's gone, yeah, we need you to do an album cover for our new act, 21 Pilots. Yes, we'll send you a copy of their album. And if you can have an album cover to us within the next month, that'd be fantastic. Thank you. And then whoever's designed the album covers just literally spent 3 weeks and 6 days piss-arsing about, and they've gone, oh shit, I need to do the album cover, and they've just gone, oh, there you go. Honestly, that just looks so crap. I'm sorry if people like that, but that to me looks pants. Rant over. So some people got it right. Moving on to question number 2. Which artist is this Lego figure depicting, not decapitating, Simon? David Bowie. Is it Bowie or Bowie? I used to say Bowie, but apparently it's Bowie. Looks like Bowie to me. Left peppered. What is the title of this album? Oh, crikey. What? Oh, is it one of them Ed Sheeran ones? Is that him that does them stupid symbols instead of album names? What a bell end. I'm going to say plus. See, this is where Timsy Wimsy Woo Woo and Josie Wosie Wazy Woo have got an advantage over me because I don't know any of these young hip bands or acts. I don't want to. Honestly, I don't care. Although Ed Sheeran has an interesting guitar that he uses because it's... I don't have an example in here, but generally acoustics are generally jumbo-bodied, which means the acoustic part of it's quite... The acoustic chamber is quite large. Yeah, but the Ed Sheeran guitar is more like it's more like a classical guitar body, but it seems to have got a metal string neck on it from memory. So it's kind of an interesting combination. I'm guessing it's an electroacoustic, so it doesn't need to have a big acoustic chamber. I digress. Question 4. What band does this album cover belong to? Oh, bloody hell. Pink Floyd. Yeah, easy peasy, that one. Again, another unpopular opinion. I'm not a big fan of Pink Floyd, to be honest. Not the stuff that everybody else seems to like. What was that album? They did an album and it had got a track on it called... Is it called Gerald? It's a good track, if that's what it's called. It's about a bike and a mouse. Question number 5. What's the name of this album? Come on, Simone, you'll get this one. History. Yeah, I didn't know. I don't know any of them album names. Apart from Bad. But I wouldn't be able to tell you what cover looks like.
Moving on to question 6. Question 6 is what we're moving on to.
Which song on this album was the most wildly successful? I don't know what that is. Fix You. I'm going to pretend it's a Coldplay thing. No idea. No idea what that is. Anybody know what that is? Speed of Sound song. Oh, so it is a Coldplay song. Okay, so they were all Coldplay songs. The only one that I know is Yellow and yeah, maybe that's it. To be honest, Yellow, I didn't mind it when it first came out. But then, God, it were played everywhere. Jeebus. Over and over and over again. Oh, then I couldn't stand it. Moving on to question 7. Again, digressing as I go. Which artist does this album cover belong to? John Legend. I'm going to say John Legend or Mary J. Blige. I was right first time round. How is everybody getting on with this quiz? It seems pretty tricky. Which artist is this Lego Victor? Oh, I nearly said it then. I know what it is. Easy if you know what album it is. Bruce Springsteen. Mini versus Trees winning. Left Peppered is second and Albumed is third. After this, we'll have a break and we'll go through comments. Name the artist and album title. It's funny how we should be been talking about this before. Green Day, American Idiot. Again, the album, I was like, oh, they've gone crap. But now I listen to it and I'm like, oh, it's really good, that. One band that I do like, well, there's actually 2 bands that I really like that nobody else seems to, in my circle anyway, seems to listen to or take notice of. Number 1, the Meat Puppets. Fantastic band. I think easily within my top 3. I think it'd have to be, in no particular order, you understand, Meat Puppets, Sonic Youth, and Smashing Pumpkins. Yeah, they'd be my top 3 at the moment. But the other one, bloody hell, Pixies. The Pixies are a phenomenal band, and they've got such a style. If you don't know who the Pixies are, search out Wave of Mutilation. That's a fantastic track. It's not a massive heavy metal thing like you might think from the title. They really, 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 really are well-crafted songs. Oh, but then there's Presidents of the United States of America as well. They do some amazing tracks like Mac 5. That's really good. Anyway, shut up, Simon. We'll do a recap after this. What album are the Simpsons copying here? There we go. It's easy peasy, that, isn't it? Abbey Road, by far the best Beatles album ever. So at the halfway point, we've got Mini versus Tree first, Left Peppered second, Guns and Bums third, Crowd Surf fourth, and Slippery When Wet fifth. Let's have a check back on the comments and see what we've been missing. Where did we get to? Here we go. Put Dead Letter, Love Thy Neighbour in your playlist. Right then, I should need to add channel stuff, add page, playlist. Right then, what was it? Dead Letter. On the last album my band did, we did. It was kind of a studio album. Like the tracks that were on it, we couldn't ever possibly play live because we used like multiple layers for stuff. Like I think there were one track where all three of us were playing bass, and then there was at least another 3 guitar tracks, another 2 vocal tracks, which is doable. Yeah, and obviously programmed drums and stuff. But there were so many tracks we couldn't play them live. And we did one song called "Fractions of a Fish," and it just the whole concept of it came out because our bass player loves doing things in weird time signatures. So we did like a 4/5 or a 5/4, 5/4 thing. And half the words are just me going fractions of a fish, fractions of a fish, fractions of a fish. And then the way we did lyrics is Pete had come up with some lyrics and write them down on the thing, and then I'd look at them and either decide I'm not singing that or I'd like manipulate them. And one of the lines was "send him a death letter," and I've no idea what it meant, but it just stuck in Pete's mind, and that's the only bit of that song that he ever remembers. Alexa didn't hear me. Oh, that's a shame. Alexa, play Baby Shark. Let's hope that one worked. I'm definitely Simon Easton. Okay. As Kev T has proved with his transporter. Oh, what? Baby Shark. Oh, okay. Okay. I am definitely not Simon Easton. Oh, well. Worst album cover is the Black Crowes' Greatest Hits. Okay, I need to check that out now. Black Crowes' Greatest Hits 1990. I don't know whether I'm looking at a different one. It looks all right. What's wrong with it? I mean, it's a bit bland. There we go. Well, I'm not sure about that one. I don't like Ed Sheeran. Me neither. There's an album of punk bands covering Pink Floyd songs. That's quite good. I can imagine that's better than Pink Floyd, to be honest. Judge says, I remember hearing a Pink Floyd track where you could hear some food being fried. Again, relating back to my own musical experiences, my friend Pete, who was our bass player. Oh, there was many a times that I could recollect going around to Pete's house when Pete was unemployed. And I used to go, because I was at college, so I only went a couple of days a week. And I used to go around to Pete's house. And we used to... There was 3 things that happened. There was Finder's crispy pancakes consumed. There was some sort of cigarettes smoked occasionally, mainly a lot. And thirdly, there was music generated. And we used to make the craziest songs. But one of the songs Pete made was Joan of Arc. A song about Joan of Arc. He was very factual in his songs, Pete. And he wanted something that sounded like rain. And this is back in the days before we all had internets that were connected all the time, and we didn't have mobile phones. It was you found sound effects on on CDs, sound effect CDs, and you recorded them, or if you had a computer to record, you could transfer them. But we didn't have that. Pete had a 4-track cassette recorder, so it used normal standard cassettes, but it had 4 tracks. Because if you don't know, a standard cassette is 2 sides, isn't they? And each side's got 2 tracks, left and right. But on a 4-track recorder, you don't have a switch sides. You just have 4 tracks, and that's it. And it played and recorded at twice the speed as a normal one for clarity, so it had better sound. Anyway, I digress. So that was the only thing that we used, a 4-track cassette recorder and mixer. So to get the rain sound effect, what he did is he fried some bacon and recorded the fat sizzling. And honestly, it does sound like rain. Yes, it's very good. Ooh, Mark says, useless fact. We saw Ed Sheeran's house allegedly on Loch Tay a few weeks ago. Very good. Epileptic Rubik's Cube. What's that? I don't know that song, but I can fly at twice the speed of sound. Ooh. I love a large acoustic chamber, don't we all? Although they can be unsatisfying sometimes. I Walk Alone, a video with 3 of them walking together. I don't know what we're talking about, but it sounds fun. I once told Bruce Springsteen to flip off. He didn't take any notice because he wasn't there, but it made me feel better when one of his plodding songs came on the radio. I don't mind Bruce Springsteen. I couldn't tell you any of his songs. Oh, James, you are making my little heart flutter. Millions of peaches for me. I saw Presidents of the United States of America at the Lead Mill in Sheffield. Now then, I can possibly tell you what year it was. Might have been 2002, 2001, 2002-ish. And they were fecking amazing. They wasn't the original guitarist. It was when they'd got the second guitarist, I think. But they were an amazing band. If you listen to the records and then you listen to them live, that's just as good live as they are on the records. Amazing band. And so funny and just so full of energy. I was so heartbroken when they split up. The lead singer, Chris Bellew, I think his name is, does, what's it called? Is it Casper Baby Pants, I think it's called. He does like song albums for kids that are like little kids songs, which it's not a million miles away from the Presidents of the United States stuff, but it's not Presidents of the United States of America. Really good. Their drummer as well, considering he has the smallest drum kit generally. He's got a bass drum, a snare. I think he had 1 tom, maybe 2 crashers and a hi-hat. Get some phenomenal patterns out of him. Oh, that's Stranglers, isn't it? Walking on the beaches, looking at the peaches. Trust me, I'm bad at this, says Timmy. It's all right, don't worry. What's your favourite Beatles album? I'd have to say The Best of the Beatles. What's that from? I'm sure that's from something. You'll have to remind me where that's from. Why is Boaty on the thumbnail? What are we talking about? Oh. Well done, Simone. Was in the mosh pit watching Sonic Youth at Reading 90. No, Ross. If anybody's unaware of how freaking awesome Reading 91 was, there's a Sonic Youth video called, not a song video, but a video called The Year Punk Broke. And Reading 91. Correct me if I'm wrong, Ross, but wasn't that the year when there was Sonic Youth, Nirvana? I'm sure there was L7 as well. Dinosaur Jr. I think Mudhoney were there. Basically, every freaking band I'd love to see. Anything from Black Grape in the 90s was pretty damn. That is quite a good call. Oh, hang on. Oh, I don't know what that's an answer to, but that's quite a cool phrase just on its own there. Oh, the song with the Pink Floyd song with food being cooked in it, Alan's Psychedelic Breakfast. Blimey, even Alex knows that. What's going on? How does Udjudge know something about a song that I don't? That squeezy fat bloke from Windy Bum Jukebox QI. There's got a picture of mustard for some reason. Jam. Just jam. I friggin' love Atom Heart Mother. Is this a Pink Floyd album? Well, there we go. I shall have to add that to my listen list. I might be proved wrong about Pink Floyd, but I've always found them quite bland. Even just if somebody says Pink Floyd to me, I think The Wall or Another Brick in the Wall, which was all right. But then I think Comfortably Numb, and that doesn't do it for me, I'm afraid. But I'll have to remember that one. What is it called again? Atom Heart Mother. I shall listen to that while I'm working tomorrow. Novocaine for the Soul by the Eels. Good call. I shall write that down. I think I mentioned it. Excuse me. Last week, and Joe Noah's By the Trail of Dead did a really good song called, oh, bloody hell, I can't remember the title now. Relative Ways. That's a good track. If you haven't heard that, Dave, listen to that. You'll like it. The album cover, you asked what it was, and I reckon it was, oh, okay. Fun fact, will.i.am once stole my seat. Bloody hell. I quite liked, actually, fun fact, I had a Astra SXI 3-door, which I keep looking out for, and I've never, every Astra I see in that shape, is it Astra G, I think, are all 5 doors, and if I had one, I'd want a 3-door. Let me just make sure it's the one I think it is. Yeah, Astra G shape. I want a 3-door one, not the coupe, just a standard hatchback one. I had the Black Eyed Peas album. I think it's Monkey Business, the one with I know which, the popular one, and I really loved that album, and it had a good stereo in it as well. Alan Partridge, Best of the Beatles. That was it. Yes, Simon. And the Focus played at Homefirth the other week, or are playing at Homefirth, and I would quite like to have seen them. Supertramp are way better than Pink Floyd, in my opinion. Yeah, I'd agree. Yeah, Smashing Pistons. Nirvana were on the afternoon slot. Oh, yeah, definitely. Take some pictures of that, Ross. I have to agree, Supertramp are amazing. I agree with you there, Amy. Is the Astra G the hip-hop edition? Yes. Right then, back to this quiz. And then once we've knocked this out, we can knock it on Ed, and I can go and have... I think it's cheesecake Julie's bought. And I need to finish that. Listen. So, moving on to question 11. I'm going to say Locked Out of Heaven, but for no reason other than I prefer that title. I don't know this. Oh, we're going to go for that, and I thought that's too obvious. Oh, look at it, it's all change.
Moving on to question 12.
What's the real name of the artist who created this? I don't even know what it is. I'm going to go for Aubrey Graham. No, I have no idea what that is. This to me is like me doing a Meat Puppets quiz where I'd know everything but nobody else would. Which artist is behind this album artwork? Well, I was supposed to see if they're behind it. It could be anybody, couldn't it? Honestly. I'm just going to go for Rudimental because I like that name. Probably not. Novocaine for the Soul. Thank you for reminding me of that track, Dave. I love that track. Jay-Z. Don't know who that is. Moving swiftly on to question 14. Go. Who's on the cover of the album? Rihanna, Rita Ora, Beyonce, or Post Malone? Now then. I'm going to say Rihanna. Beyonce, that's what I meant to say. Speaking of female artists, I do quite fancy a bit of Lady Gaga music, and it's not really my scene, but she's got a way of writing songs that's quite well done, and particularly I'm looking forward to seeing the new Joker movie where she plays Harley Quinn in it, because contrary to my mother's belief that the Joker film looks terrible, the first one, which it really isn't. If you like superhero films, it's not a superhero film. It's an actual film about the Joker, and it's really, really good. It's better than the blooming Joker that was in Suicide Squad. Oh, God, what was it? Jay Leno or whatever his name was. I can't remember. Bloody terrible. But, yes, Joker's good. And then the second Joker film's got Harley Quinn played by Lady Gaga in it. It's going to be fan-brooming-tastic. Moving on to question 15, which weirdly enough is the one after 14. Name the artist and the album title. God's sakes. There's got to be a clue in there. I want to say Sum 41. I don't like Blink 182. I'm sorry to say, I do like Offspring though. Smash was a fantastic album. In fact, again, if you like punk, modern punk, Offspring are really good. Oh, who's the other band? They did a tour the other year. The Hives, they're really good as well. Question 16. What band does this album cover belong to? Oh, that's Coldplay again, isn't it? Yeah. Don't get me wrong, there's some really good album covers, and they're not necessarily complicated pieces of art, but some of them are just pants. They don't give anything. They don't give you a feel or anything. But do they need to? What year was this album released? So that's Adele's face. looking gormless as ever. 2013. I don't know. $2015. Yeah, someone got it right. Who was it? Nobody in the top 5.
Moving on to the penultimate question.
Name the artist and album title. I've no idea. I've literally no idea. Some idiot. Kanye West. I just said some idiot, so it's got to be Kanye West. Kanye West. Upstairs for thinking, downstairs for sitting down while you do your work. Some terrible albums. There was I'm sure it was a System of the Down album that was called Steal This Album, and they just made it look like a ripped CD. So the printing on the CD just looked like somebody had got a Sharpie and wrote Steal This Album on it. I can't tell you what songs were on it at all. Mesmerize was my favourite System of the Down album. And then the one with Chop Suey and stuff on it. I think, was that just called System of the Down, I think? Can't remember. I saw Serge Tankian, and he was supporting Foo Fighters when I saw him at Sheffield Arena, and he was really good. But Serge Tankian's a singer from System of the Down. Yeah, it might as well have just been Serge Tankian and another System of the Down band, because it was exactly the same style. What is the title of this album for the final question? Oh my God, how would we not know what that is? Everybody knows that, even if they don't know what it is. There you go. Not everybody knows that. It's Nirvana's Nevermind album cover. The worst of the Nirvana albums, if you ask me. So in third place, we had Crowd Surf. Left Peppered was second. That means in first place, we have Mini versus Tree. Very well played, folks. It was interesting. I didn't know many of the answers on there, to be honest. Some of the stuff was a bit new for my liking, with it being within 10, 15 years. Judge reminding me there, quiz. And then Greg says to Ray May, Asylum is a great song by Supertramp, yet not well known. Becky England, falling asleep, guys, going to have to tap out. See you next week. Thank you, Simon, again, and take care, everyone. No, thank you to you two, and thank you for joining me again on a Monday, and sleep well. Telephone by Lady Gaga is a great track. I had, again, in that same Astra, I had Fame Monster and something else. It was like a double CD. It was very good. We used to listen to Goldfinger at college. Great memories. Toxicity. That's the one. Dino Dad. Well done, Ross. Aliens is a good song. Donald Glover is Childish Gambino. Timmy's off to bed. Please, he got one right that nobody else did. I don't blame him. I won a game. Hey, well done, Dave. It's been a good day for Dave, hasn't it? He's been featured in a movie. He's won a quiz. What other video? I'm sure I had some other videos lined up to watch. Oh, we'll play this one.
Driver!
Screwdriver. Again, it's been a heavy metal themed night. I have a funny thing to tell you that you may find funny and you may laugh at me. And I honestly, I fully encourage people to laugh at me because whatever people are laughing at me, they're not thinking about other things. So it's like a mental health break. Just poke fun at me and I can take it. Don't worry about it. Honestly, laugh at me if you want, but I'll tell you a story. So for maybe 2 or 3 weeks now, I've edited videos. And when I've watched them back, which I do downstairs through the PS4 onto the TV, I've been, oh God, these are awful quality. What's going on here? And I even had a rant to Alex the other day going, blooming heck, I've just uploaded my video to YouTube and I've just watched it back and the quality's terrible. YouTube are just throttling, like they're compressing everything so bad. It's just reducing the quality so much. It's awful. What a waste of time. And I'm thinking, I need to get another camera. I need to get a 4K camera so I can at least attack YouTube with a massively amazing 4K video. And then if it compresses it and it looks crap, at least it'll not look so crap. And now I have a confession. So yesterday, I was watching videos back, and there was the Norman and Ernest, the one where we talked to Joy, who owns a fantastic Escort car, and I was watching it back, and I'm like, this is flipping awful. This can't be right. It can't surely get compressed so much on YouTube that it looks like this. And then I watched another video from before. I was trying to pinpoint if there was a time when YouTube had changed something and it looked crap. And then I watched a video from before, like about 8 months ago, and it were fine. It was a pin sharp picture and everything. And I was like, well, when did they change it then? So I went through a few videos and it looked a bit crap. And then I went back to the first one. I thought, I'll just check what setting YouTube has decided to set the playback at. And it was set to auto, but it was set at 300 and it was coming through at 360. Is it DPI or whatever the metric is? 360. Bearing in mind, the worst HD was 720, so it was half as bad again as normal low res HD. So I just went in and changed the setting to 1080p, and hallelujah, everything looked better. Now, how has that been a thing that I've not noticed for 2 or 3 weeks? Where when I watch things on the PlayStation, it just looks really compressed and crap. And I go in and I change one setting, and it's fantastic. After that, it's playing it in 1080p. That's me being silly and not thinking to check that, because I just assumed that it'd be selecting the highest possible resolution, not the lowest possible resolution. So there you go. Again, I invite you to laugh at me. I can take it. I have Lady Gaga's first 8 7-inch singles, picture discs, never played. I do love a bit of Gaga. You know, somebody else that I quite like the imagery of, not in a pervy way. I knew that had happened. As soon as I start talking about something, I completely forget the name of the person. Julie will tell me, her that's on the perfume adverts that I always go, is that her real voice? Because she sounds really low. She's a singer. Miley Cyrus. She's got a very striking image. Oh, Matt's apparently listening. Hi, Matt. Hope you're doing well. And I bet Matt's out driving somewhere with a friend and a burger. Maybe the friend is a burger. A good reminder for Alex whilst at work. Remember Screwdriver.
Alex, Remember the screwdriver.
Also, Rami, while you're there, I hope your ZS is on its way to repair, hopefully. I've seen a few adverts for parts from saloons that have been for sale. Mini versus Tree, Mark Bolan reference. We used to sing Tie Your Yellow Mini round an old oak tree. Lady Gaga, says Greg, ripped off a video by Juno Reactor, God is God, which was taken from the film The Colour of Pomegranates. The Colour of Pomegranates. Update, the song was 911 by Lady Gaga. Okay. I was probably in the background, so the low resolution was probably a blessing. Yes, I did notice when I was editing the video, and I didn't notice. In fact, no, I noticed when I was watching the video back from Great British Car Journey that I did. Was it my intro? That there was Robin James in the background going. It's quite funny. It did make me laugh. And then I had to go and find Julie and show her. Simone's off to bed. She says, Team Titans for never, everyone. Well, Team Titans for never to you as well. And Ross is off as well. Good night, Ross. And everybody's saying night to Ross and Simone. Well, yeah, we've managed to make it all the way through. I did doubt. I've had a migraine this afternoon. Again. Obviously, office days, generally how it works, which is why I've got this nice warming hat on. But yeah, my brain noodles been complaining. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to play you out. I'm going to play you out with two things. Start 4. Oh yeah, we've covered them. I'm going to play you out once more with the with Dave's video. And then the final video, we're going to go with Alex's rap, because Alex's rap hits me in the right in the heart valves. Yes. So again, I'm always grateful for when people make donations. If you didn't donate, I wouldn't have that little bit of spare cash to spend on cool stuff. And Simone, your money is going straight to getting more vinyl to cut you more stickers. So there you go. Don't try and give me money, because I'll give it right back to you. And everybody else's money is going into funding stuff for me to do for the channel. So there'll be stuff that I'm buying to go into this channel. Not going to give anything away, but I'm definitely buying some sort of long-haired wig for Norman. Yes, it all goes back into the channel to enable me to do stuff. Having said that, it's Gen Z's MOT before Rustaval. I need to make sure she's ready. I'm dreading that going back in. I can't believe it's 12 months since she went through her MOT. But anyway, I'll play a video, then I'll come back to you, then we'll play the final video. I love that video. That is a good point, Remy. Imagine Tony with long hair. I might have to do that as well. Because the idea is that Norman gets long hair, and it's like Norman and Ernest the early years. So maybe Tony will get himself a little wig. That'd be quite cool. So thank you very much for joining, everybody. Have a lovely week. Look out for Thursday and Friday. Thursday, there should be another Piston Talking evening. It's going to be one of two things. It's either going to be Piston Talking with Project Nigel, or it's going to be Norman and Ernest are doing some crackers, whatevers. And Friday will be the Head Gasket Heroes, or it'll be Norman and Ernest. One of them two. If either one of them doesn't happen, there may be a Norman and Ernest instead. Head Gasket Heroes on Friday. I can't remember what time we used to start them. I think I'll just start it at 8 again. Seems to be a good time, doesn't it? So take care, be nice to each other, and as Steve says, don't take no shit from no one. Oh no. And yes, thank you for watching, and taddy bye, or whatever it is Dave says. He didn't tell me what it is he said, so taddy bye, or whatever it is.
We've all played the quiz, now it's time to leave. He's back next week, so please don't grieve. If he shows you his wood, it means you've done some good. You can join as a member or some donate. Whatever you do helps make this channel great. Great! Do you like Tizer or elephants? This rap might now be irrelevant. Engine jams on your crumpets and elephants? What on earth am I on about?